If you would have asked me 3 years ago if I thought I'd ever be daily driving a modified 800 horsepower Mach 1 Mustang, I'd say that's pretty realistic. I'd probably believe you. But if you were to ask me if selling my 800 horsepower Mach 1 Mustang would be the most heartbreaking thing I've ever had to do, I'd say no. Not at all. Like, absolutely not. Not me. But 3 years later, here we are making this video. A video I never thought I'd be having to make, and I've been putting it off for as long as I can. So here we are. We're going to talk about the full build breakdown and cost of my Mach 1 Mustang, the journey of Mach. Okay, I had to take a seat for this one because this is a heavy one. This is a hard hitter. We're gonna save the tears for the end though, so don't worry. Okay, so we're gonna go over the full build breakdown of my 2021 Mach 1 Mustang. I bought it brand new. From factory, we had 480 horsepower stock. It had the 5.0 liter Coyote motor, Tremex 6-speed manual transmission, had MagneRide, active exhaust. MSRP was $60,280. It was right as they first came out. Wasn't sure how limited they were going to be. So a lot of them here had like a $10,000 markup, but the one that I found in Champaign, Illinois was just that straight up MSRP. So total amount financed, I believe, was just at around $59,000. I think I put about $1,000 or $2 down. Interest rates at the time, I got a 1.8 and my payment was $888 a month. I believe it had 40 miles at the time. So yeah, brand new stock Mach 1 Mustang. Before he became Mach, he was just a simple Mustang, a fancy 5.0, if you will. This is Mach. He's a 2021 Mach 1 Mustang with a Stage 2 ProCharger kit, race red blow-off valve, 1050 injectors, stainless works catted, long tube headers, RTR Tech 7 wheels with Mickey Thompson Street Comp tires, 4 performance lowering springs, R1 Concepts drilled and slotted brake and rotor kit, a DIY roof wrap, GT500 spoiler, ceramic coating, and a custom carbon fiber steering wheel with a custom horn cover. But before all that, I basically just had a stock Mustang with the Corsa exhaust, and then an accident happened. I think, could have been down to like 2,000-3,000 miles. At this point, like, Mach pretty instantly became my daily driver. At the time, I was daily driving a 2018 Subaru WRX STI, but obviously as soon as I got the Mustang, like, that was the car I was driving. Like, the Mustang is such a nice, like, easy platform to drive. So I was taking him into the mountains to just go on a hike, and a lady ran a stop sign. It was nothing I could do, and I felt so terrible. It was my very first car accident, so $17,000 in damages, and it took about 2 months to get it repaired because it was so new, so unique. So like, parts were really hard to find, the stickers, the everything, because the stripes on Mach, they're actually stickers. They're not like car paint. I think at the time of getting it, I had that hope that it would be like a very like highly preserved type of car. Like, I wouldn't put too many miles on it. It would kind of be garage kept and very limited. But after the accident, it was like, no, like, this boy needs to be modified. So that's when I was kind of like, okay, like, let's just fully explore this build. 2300 for the stainless works catted long tube headers, and then at that point, that's when I realized that Mach was just loud and slow, like most Mustangs, loud and slow, especially if it's a 6-speed. So there really was no other option than to add a supercharger kit. So I decided to go with ProCharger. ProCharger, I think, just had the loudest sound, and the shop that I took it to, that was like their recommended product that they wanted to go with. So for me, it was like a full send. I sold my Subaru and I supercharged my Mach 1 Mustang. The Subaru was starting to have problems, so that was okay. So I went with the Stage 2 ProCharger kit with the 1050 injectors. I went with the race red blow-off valve. There's 2 different ProCharger kits that you can get. on the Mustang. So there was one with the like a smaller front mount intercooler and then the XL. So I went with the XL. Like if I was gonna do it, I wanted to do it right. Total for the Stage 2 Pro Charger Super Kit was $17,000. And that included the blower, labor, tune, upgraded injectors, and something else, but $17,000 for the Pro Charger kit. And then after the Pro Charger kit is when I started to have a lot of problems with the car. I don't know what the actual root of the problem is. I don't know if it's like, I push the blame in a lot of different areas, but I truly don't know. I think it might have just been the car itself. I had a suspension fault error for about a year, and that basically just limited the car. I'm pointing to my car, my new car, but we're just gonna pretend like this is Mach back here. I had the speed limited to 80 miles per hour for like the first few months of having the supercharger. So it was kind of like I got all that extra power only to be even slower than before. And then the active exhaust. So the headers were just like pushing back the exhaust tips and it was melting the wire. So I didn't have the active exhaust. And you would think if the active exhaust was malfunctioning, then the valves would just be open all the time, but that is not the case. They would be stuck shut, which would be in normal mode. So I just not only had a slow Mustang, I had a quiet Mustang, which both of those things are not something Mustang drivers or owners want. That was a very not great period of time with the car, especially after selling my daily driver and putting almost $20,000 into my already, what were we at? 24666, like just under 70,000 Mustang. Like we're approaching mid 80s, early $90,000 car to not have any of the benefits. So that was a really rough patch for Mach, and I definitely was like bouncing around selling it for a long time there, and it had been in a wreck, and I live in Colorado, so it was a gnarly time. But eventually, you know, we figured out what was going on with it. A lot of trial and error. Not to mention the belt on the supercharger also snapped and the friction from it caught fire on the roof liner. So, but then the only other part that I did after that was I made a custom carbon fiber steering wheel. I loved that thing. It was $1,000. And then as far as just like regular maintenance, so oil changes every 5,000 to 7,000 miles. Did them at home. I don't really take my cars to go get serviced at any of the dealerships ever. So at home DIY, I'd say it's about $100 an oil change. I sold the car with 25,000 miles. So about 5 or 6 oil changes. We'll say that's about $700 total in oil changes throughout the lifetime of having the car. You also have to do oil changes on the Pro Charger Supercharger. You have to change the oil on that, which the oil came with the Supercharger kit, so it was more just pulling it out and putting some back in. So really no cost onto that. So we'll just keep the overall oil maintenance at $700. And then, yeah, full tank of gas on the car, about $60. With 91 in Colorado. I never went E85, and yeah, I actually started getting better fuel mileage after adding the supercharger. I think I'd average at around like 20 or 22 miles per gallon on the highway, maybe like 15 in the city when it was stock, but then after I supercharged it, I would be seeing anywhere between like 23, 24 miles per gallon averaged on the highway, and then in the city at around like 17 miles per gallon. So it really wasn't bad, you know. Supercharging it didn't make it more economic, eco boost. So with that being said, with my rough numbers, total build for Mach, including the MSRP, $89,221. So let me see actually like what I put in total without MSRP. So 89,221 minus 60,280. So I put in over 3 years $28,941 into my Mach 1 Mustang to get it to the car that it was at the time of selling it. laying it all out there for you. It does sound like a painful journey, but the most painful part was selling it. So I sold Mach. Take a guess. $47,000. $47,000, which I guess isn't bad. I mean, I bought it for 63 years, 25,000 miles, an accident, but also a Pro Charger kit. Like, it works out okay. But you can actually buy Mach now for sale, $50,793. Mach is listed for sale right now today. Hopefully he's not still, if you're watching this months later. Hopefully somebody wants him, because that's a lot of work into one car. Maybe we can just talk about like regrets with the car. So the only thing I really regret is maybe not exploring the ESS supercharger kit. I think I've heard that it's just a little bit more compatible with the platform, definitely cheaper, and you don't have to do oil changes. I also have never heard of anybody's belt snapping on a newly installed ESS supercharger kit, so that also could be it. Yeah, so I wish I explored different supercharger options before just saying, okay, if you know Pro Charger, let's do Pro Charger. Should have explored different supercharger kits. Other regret, maybe the headers. Like, the headers were cool, but like with the exhaust problems that it led to, I just feel like I had so much time with the car where it was just spent sitting and not able to really drive. But those are really like my only regrets with the car. For me, like, the experience in itself was so worth it, and the car really has like brought you to my channel. Like, you're here watching this video right now because of me buying that car and me having every experience like with that car. So for me, it's not like I really have any real true regrets with the car, but only like exploring different options if this is kind of like a route that you're wanting to explore as well. And yeah, and I think that's kind of the same like with building any car. You know, if you're building a car, you're building it to keep it. You're building it for yourself. You're building it for the experience of it. You're not really looking at selling it. I mean, for one, I never thought I was gonna sell it. Like, I told you guys I was exploring selling it for a while there, off and on, but like at the end of the day, my reason for selling the car was not for money. It was a car that my now ex and I like started together, and you know, I needed to put an end to that chapter altogether. So that's why new series coming. We're hitting the reset button on my whole life, and it's kind of cool that we can do it together. You guys are along with me for the journey, so I hope I put on a good show for you, because it's been gnarly. But with that, we can go ahead and cue the process of getting rid of Mach. So I don't think I was very big on filming the experience like as much as I would have thought. I think I just filmed the last drive for a half a second. I did want to touch base with you before selling it, and then kind of how we ended up where we're at right now. This is the longest bell song I've ever heard. But as for next steps, just kind of like a preview for future videos. We got BMW content, probably gonna have a lot more lifestyle, just until I get like kind of situated in my new garage, because I am moving. So this lease expired on the 30th anyways, so yeah, I'm moving, getting our own place. We got that single girl apartment life. Odin and I are stoked for a new life with our new car and just new everything. Definitely working on the next dream car, because we got my dream car here. I've been working on this dream car for a good year and a half, and it's here. I had no intentions of, I just knew I needed to sell Mach. I didn't really think of like what I was gonna do next. Like, I figured I would need a new daily driver. I just didn't think it would be the dream car that was just there and ready to go. So, you know, I think everything just like lined up and happened the way it needed to happen, and I'm so happy and grateful for that. But you guys, I need a V8. I need a V8 in my life. So, yeah, we're back. We're back, baby. We're hustling. We're getting a V8 next. I need that 6-speed manual V8 driving car. So I posted a poll on my Instagram a couple of days ago, just kind of like wondering what you guys would like to see as far as like the next dream car, whether it's a C7 Z06 Corvette, and it would have to be it's a 7-speed manual transmission, I think, right? But it also has the rev match, because that was probably one of the coolest cars I've ever driven. Or we could also work on a Mach 2.0. Like, do I get another Mach? I almost would love to have another Mach, like a black one. We need a Mach that fits like my vibes still. We had the silver. I saw red the other day, but maybe a black Mach 1, do an ESS supercharger kit, and definitely get a 6-speed manual still, and just kind of like do my own fresh build on it, you know? So I don't know, those are just the options that I'm considering right now. I'd love to hear your feedback. Drop what you think I should focus on next, whether it should be a C7 Z06 or if I should look at getting a Mach 2.0. I'd love to know your thoughts. You know, you guys you guys make my life really great. Really great. I'm so grateful for you guys. This has been a really big transition for me. Yeah, we got to leap into the next level, and I'm really happy that we get to do it again. So we're gonna roll back the heartbreak footage. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I don't really have words, I guess. Sometimes cars just like carry a lot, you know? I love this car because I know it like brought me all to you. I would have kept it forever if I could, so. But thank you guys. Thank you for making Mach as special as it was. But cooler shit will happen now. Alright, I gotta go. Hard to feel brokenhearted and sad sitting in this BMW M3 with X-Drive and the red interior. This is mostly just to see how I look inside of it.